Hey, everybody, it's your girl, April Marie, and welcome to Handle Her with Care podcast, where we are gracefully unfiltered, meaning I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to make it graceful, okay? I'm not going to hurt you, but I'm going to help you. This is a space where you come to learn how to be careful with her. Question is, who is her? Her is you. Her is you. Okay? We're learning how to carefully treat ourselves here. Second, her is other women that you may come in contact with, other women that you don't know that you may meet, being able to show up for them. And third, teaching the world how to care for you and how to care about you and how to treat you and show up in a careful way to where you don't feel the sting of being unloved, being unwelcome. And so this is a space where we navigate those things together. Today, we are diving directly in to motherhood. It's Mother's Day weekend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a mother or a woman, I know that just as women, period, we mother regardless. Like, my sister's not a mother, but she mothers my kids. Some of my family members aren't mothers, but they mother the hell out of people. And that is the gift, right? As a woman, we are naturally nurturers. And so if you have had children and you have given birth, then yes, happy Mother's Day to you. So I became a mother 18 years ago. I had a son. I have a son who's 18, and I have a son who is 11. And when I tell you that it has been a journey, it has been a journey. I'm a hairstylist by trade. I have owned a hair salon for 10 years, and I am very careful with building my relationships and taking care of everyone externally and people around me. I mother the hell out of people too. I make sure that people are cared for, people are attended to. I have a very keen eye to detail. Um, I am extremely caring and extremely warm. You know, when I found out that I was pregnant with Caleb, I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. Um, I was diagnosed with hyperemesis the entire pregnancy. So I think around month 7 is when all that cleared up as far as my hyperemesis. And I was able to just be this super cute pregnant girl with a little bump. And I was like, okay, because from the back, baby, you couldn't tell I was pregnant, but I was. And so I remember when I finally delivered my son and I held him in my arms and I just smelled him and I touched him and I kissed him, and I was just so thankful to be his mother. Um, I had had a tumultuous relationship with his dad, and at the time it was a complete split. We weren't married or anything, and I was young, and he was mine. The baby was mine. His dad at the time didn't want anything to do with having a baby, and I was like, you know what? Go live your best life, YOLO. I got this because I'm not going to get an abortion. I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm going to keep my baby. And I did. And I raised him to be a man of discipline. He's now 18. And I am in the process of raising my youngest son, 7th, to be the same. Disciplined, right? And authentic, because they are two very different people. But I love them both the same, okay? I feel like when I was pregnant with my little one, I struggled with the idea that maybe I couldn't love or have enough love in me for another human being as much as I did for Caleb or as much as I loved myself. This is a space, right, where we can be authentic. We can be genuine. We can be real. And loving yourself is equally as important It's necessary as loving the people and the external relationships that you have. Being attentive to your needs as a woman, as a person, are equally as important as loving and taking care of your children, loving and taking care of your spouse, and any other external relationships. Now, when I say external, understand that I generally mean outside of your home, but I'm also referring to outside of yourself. Self-care is not selfish. I did a speaking engagement last year. I was a panelist, and man, let me tell you, I had a great time. I loved it. Shout out to Ebony's Safe Space. Okay. She is a therapist and she has cultivated this safe space for women and men to come and lay it all out, right? And receive some healing, get some oil poured back into them. And so anyway, I went to this speaking engagement and it was a blessing, not just for the people, but it was a blessing to me too. And so the title of the event was Self-Care is Not Selfish. And I sat with that for a long time, and it really resonated with me because as I think of the times when I was depleted completely and tired, I had to kind of reach in and learn how to reciprocate for myself. Which sounds weird because usually reciprocation comes from other people, right? You do something, not that you're doing it to be reciprocated to, but you're doing something and then you're getting a response. And so sometimes you won't get a response. As a mother, as a woman, we are trained to think that it's self-sacrificing, at all cost. The children are fine, at all cost. Everyone's gonna be fine. Everyone's good. And the truth of the matter is, yes, you are ensuring that everyone else is good. And they may not ever reach back and make sure that you are good. But you have to remember yourself, right? You have to dig deep into your memory bank. And you have to say to yourself, no, baby, you like that shea butter, so put it on today, right now. No, they won't be late to school. They might be skidding in, but you are moisturized and you feel better. And so now when my son reaches over to give me a kiss, I'm not rushing that kiss. I'm not annoyed with that kiss because my skin is dry. My face is chapped. My lips are dry. I'm thirsty, right? I'm like, baby, I love you. Have a blessed day. Because I first took a moment for myself. I blessed myself first, right? It's very, very, very important to not only bring up your children to care for themselves, but also to care for you. So I know when I'm depleted, my kids will be like, you need a moment? I'd be like, do you need a moment? Because what is this? Who is this lady? Go into your cocoon, take your moment, please, so that we can have you back. Because whatever this version is, I'm not interested. It's so funny because I was watching this show on Netflix, and it's called The Four Seasons. And if you haven't seen it, I'm totally a spoiler alert. But the mother and the daughter and the father were sitting at this table, right? And the daughter was expressing herself, right? And so she told her father, she was like, look at mom. Look at her. She's a shell of a person. She's not even here right now. She is just, and I'm like, I don't want that to be me. Like, I refuse to be known by my children, my friends, my family, as a shell of a person. But if I'm not handling myself with care, if I'm not taking those moments, maybe even a hard moment, this week, really, I've had Very busy week. I told you I have an 18-year-old. So this is graduation month, right? This is like preparation month. This is college acceptance month. This is, okay, we're finishing up everything with high school life. We're starting a new life in another state. Okay, we're doing this, and I'm still trying to cultivate and keep Carter, my youngest, okay. I'm also a hairstylist, so I'm managing all the relationships and the appointments that I have going on with that. I'm also a sister. I'm also a daughter. I'm also an aunt, right? And so, as I do all of those things, I have had to remember myself. It's an added task. It's a hard press. It's a push to be like intentional with myself. But I had to do it because I'm better for it. You get a better version of me when I have cared for myself. I was on Instagram the other day, and one of my friends mentioned that she doesn't like the term self-care. And I had to sit with that for a minute because in my mind, I'm thinking, well, my whole brand pillar is self-care. So why would it be that she doesn't like that term? Now, she wasn't specifically talking to me, right? Excuse me. She was mentioning that for herself, it seems selfish. And just like the seminar that I spoke at, self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. Self-care is not a thing that you can throw away to the side. Because let's be honest, when you haven't showered, the amount of minutes that it takes for you to deep sigh and feel restored, when you have not shampooed your hair, right? Hello. When you have not oiled your scalp and nourished it with a 2-minute massage after that, and brushed through it 100 times or whatever they say on the movies, YouTube, whatever, right? When you have not done the restorative work to make sure that you are okay, how can you show up and be well for anyone else? I believe that it's virtually impossible. And I think that we here at Handle Her With Care can speak truth to each other, right? We can call it out and we can do better. Because at the end of the day, it is our goal to live better, more fulfilled lives. So not just giving better lives to those around us, but also living better lives for ourselves. How can I pour from an empty cup? Super cliche. Everybody says it. How many times have we heard it? Boo, pouring from an empty cup. We know. But what does it really mean? It means that you have poured out all of your oil. And even if you haven't poured it out, there are also people who have stuck little holes in the bottom and been gulping from your cup and you didn't even know it. Right? Siphoning your energy, siphoning your time, siphoning your resources, and you don't even know it, or you're not paying attention because we're in a constant mode of mothering. We're in a constant mode of giving, and we have not lent ourselves the moment to recuperate and refresh ourselves. As women, especially mothers, we are the fragrance of the home. So even when we're the breadwinner, the single mom, the one handing out the discipline and the rewards, we are still here helping, cultivating, guiding, and giving. I'm a single mom, right? And the weight of everything for everybody falls on me directly, right? So even though we're expected to be the calm, the love, the light, here's the thing. It has to be genuine. Raising kids can't be a shallow experience. There's nothing shallow about raising kids. It's always deep. It's never easy. It's always hard. Even if you're having to put on a face, right? You still have to be authentic in it. And there's really no way to be that way unless you have first taken care of yourself. There is no way to be a good friend if you cannot take care of yourself. And I don't even mean it in a trivial sense of brushing your teeth and washing your face. Like, we know that. Paying your bills. These are all regular things. I'm talking about when I restore myself. When I go in the closet and I put a warm towel on the back of my neck and I sit in this silence and I just say a quick prayer. And I bask in the silence and I take deep breaths. Because I know that when I step out of here, the world has continued to turn. I just took a breath. I just took a moment. I just took a beat so that I could keep up, catch up, and really lead the pack. Really. I mean, if we're honest, we lead in the pack out here. And it ain't easy. It's not easy. Shout out to all the moms, okay? Because we are living our lives and and things are rotating around us, and we're consistently giving and pouring and helping and guiding and moving this planet and shifting this atmosphere and turning this into something beautiful and making sure that everyone is fine. You know, I'm a hairstylist, okay? And so as I'm in the salon, I'm constantly asking people, are you okay? Everything all right? You feel good? Good. That's how I check in. Because not only am I delivering excellent customer care and an excellent customer experience, I'm also very attentive and concerned. I'm not concerned that you are okay literally sitting there. I'm concerned with you in your soul. How are you? That can be a daunting question if you haven't sat with yourself. A lot of times it's disarming. People are like, or alarming, really. It's not disarming. They're like, what? I'm fine. Why do you keep asking me if I'm fine? Oh, because you haven't answered me yet. And not that I'm looking for something to be wrong, but I'm looking for reality. I'm looking for truth. How are you doing? And generally, after we've had that real moment, because I'm not just doing your hair, that's basic. We are doing a wellness check on each other. You feel me? Like, yeah, I'm not trying to be in your business. I don't need to know circumstantially what's going on. I want to know, how are you? Have you sat with yourself? Did you want a cup of tea? Do you need to read? No, it can be quiet. Let's throw on some Alex Isley and let her play. And you can sit with your thoughts here. This is a space of quiet. Because as mothers, as women, we are consistently giving. We are constantly pouring. And so I have had to learn how to be very intentional with my own version of self-reciprocation, self-care, self-giving back, restorative measures, right? Because being depleted is not an option. I cannot run on low battery. I cannot run on power saving mode. I have to run at the 100%, because when I'm able to show up authentically with my kids, to my family, to my friends, to my clients, colleagues, right? When I'm allowing myself the space to meet new people, dating, right? When we're wives, when we're girlfriends, we have to be able to be real and authentic. And you want to be clean and kept. And we don't have to put the responsibility on our spouses and on other people to take care. Well, he didn't give me to take care of myself. I don't have my nails undone because I didn't get. No, ma'am. You get your nails done. You schedule that appointment and get your hair done. You sit in the bathtub. Go take a visit to the Bath Bomb Palace. Go to Lush. Okay, it's luxury over here. Go to Lush and pick out some bath bombs that fizz and fizzle, right? And they have Epsom salt and all the good stuff in it. So when you get in that bathtub and you know, yes, I'm experiencing something. I'm not just doing, I'm participating and experiencing something for myself. It matters. You know, I had a birthday and I was in Jamaica and it was me and my sister. And to be honest, I was like, dang, I want to be out here with a man. I didn't want to be out there with my sister. But I had a wedding. We had a wedding that we went to. One of our very close girlfriends got married. And uh, I was just so happy to be there to support her and to love her. Um, she met the love of her life. I mean, what are we not celebrating? And so showing up for her authentically uh, was easy because I had taken care of myself, right? Even while I was there, I was like, oh, wow, I wish, it would be nice if I had a nice man here with me. But my butler drew a bath for me for my birthday. And my sister had them do a beautiful spread on the bed with balloons. And I don't know if y'all eat Jamaican food, but I love it, okay? The butler went and got some oxtail and some rice and peas and some plantain for us. And good googly moogly, tore it up. That was a part of my restorative measures to take care of myself. When I need a moment, I will go to a 5-star restaurant. The reason why I'm mentioning these things, these luxury moments, right? Just so you're clear, is not because I'm flexing or I'm trying to tell you my budget. Because let me tell you something. These trips and all of that, we'll talk about that on a later podcast on how you can do trips on a budget. Because when you're handling yourself with care, you figure it out so that you're not out here struggling and feeling like no one cares for you. You can care for yourself. Okay? The reason why I'm mentioning these things is because when I'm in a space of luxury and I'm in a place where people are paid to be accommodating, people are paid to take care of you, people are excited to come to your aid and make sure that your experience is elevated. I'm mentioning this because this is the experience that I give to my children. An elevated experience. I'm mentioning this to you because this is the experience that I give and I operate in my place of business. This is the experience that I give my friends when it's their birthday. These are the experiences that we do. My mother, it's Mother's Day. I sent her a present. I made sure that it arrived 5-star, right? Because this is what I'm giving. So if no one else reciprocates that same level of love, I owe it to myself to give it back, right? Some days it may not look like a luxury 5-star restaurant. It may look like, hey, you know what? I'm going to cook this amazing meal for us. We're going to eat it and be well. And then mommy's going to retire for the night. Unapologetically. My door's always open. They know that. I have double doors in my master bedroom and they're always open. And so it's not that I'm closing them on you. But I am setting a boundary to say, mommy needs a moment. I need a moment. I have to be honest with that. I needed a moment this week. I'm navigating graduation, like I was saying. I'm navigating, my sister was ill. I'm navigating my clients and my work. I'm not a girlfriend or a wife anymore or yet. But when I am, I'll be managing that too. But before it's anyone else's responsibility to even reciprocate, I always tell people, no one is responsible for your happiness. I think Will Smith told us that too, and everybody was looking at him crazy. But it is no one else's responsibility to make us happy. We do have to do that for ourselves, right? When you're at work and you are working in the corporate space, this safe space, this podcast is about also handling yourself carefully, but teaching others how to treat you as well. When you're in the corporate space and they pile on work, oh, she can handle it. She got it. She could do it. She gonna do it. Give it to her. Give it to the strong one. She's good. She can handle it. I don't know who she is, but there's about 900 other employees here. You're going to have to delegate that. Because this one here, I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability. I'm going to save the rest for my home life, my love life. There are so many women that are corporate that are single. So many women that are entrepreneurs that are single, because we're dedicating so many hours to our work and our craft, and I love it. I love that for us. We are amazing. But the personal life suffers. And I'm a girl that believes 100%, hear me, that you can have it all. I am a girl that believes that. I believe that I can have the love from a spouse, a partnership that's warm and loving and trustworthy. I know that I can have a good, solid relationship, and I have a good, solid relationship with my children. I'm a girl that knows that even though they're growing up, one's 11, one's 18, our relationship does not have to become tumultuous. It does not have to be hard. We can take care of each other and love each other even through the difficult times when you're in adolescence and you're going through puberty. You don't have to hate me and I don't have to hate you. We can coexist, love each other, because I'm teaching them how to love themselves so that they can show up and love other people too. Same thing I'm sharing with you. Handle her with care. Handle him with care, right? Handle them with care. It is a cyclical relationship with yourself and others. It keeps going, and you add people in and you take people out, but it's still going. It's never ending. And that's an amazing thing. That's a blessing to be able to have people in your life that can be in and be out and be back in and be back out. But at the end of the day, you're at the core of that thing. And because you have cared for yourself, because you have done the full self-care routine, you did your full morning face wash, you did your full bath time shower, long shower, steam shower, you stood in the closet naked, straight up, and was like, let me rub this shea butter in. What should I wear today? You're not running in there in the dark, pulling stuff, running out the door, irritated, mad, didn't drink no water. What are we doing? Motherhood is work. And I always say, like, you just ain't doing it right if it ain't hard. And it's not just managing them, your children, that's hard. It's managing the fact that you have to manage them, and then you also have to manage you. And you also have to manage the other external relationships. It's hard, okay? It's hard. But I mean it's rewarding. My mom, I watched her love us unselfishly, to the point of, in my opinion, now she may not agree, and that's fine. But from my lens, my little lens, because at the time I was a little girl, it looked like self-neglect. It looked like, I'm going to pour into my children. I'm going to pour into my marriage, and I'm going to make sure that everyone else is fine. And I'm grinding my teeth at night, and I'm dehydrated, and I'm sick, and I have this going on and that going on. Self-neglect. And, my mom, they were married. They've been married. They're still married. But the truth is that as a mother, though, the responsibilities are different. It can be, Okay. I mean, we're in today's time, but when I was growing up, the responsibilities were pretty traditional. Okay. And so, Yeah, definitely giving, it was definitely giving self-neglect to me from my little lens. And I think especially too, because I was a person who always valued self-care. I always saw myself as the different aunties that showed up in my life, that I witnessed them in their sparkly times and like their like fanciness. And I loved it. For a long time, I didn't think that you could be a mother or a mom and be fit. I didn't, because my mother did not place value, right, on like exercising. And then when she would do little exercises, I would be like, "What is that? Mommy, what are you doing?" Because it wasn't consistent, and it wasn't like a real like regimented thing. It was like she's in the back like, mm, I'm like, "What are you doing?" I'm a little girl. "What are you doing, mommy?" And I would be doing it with her, but what are we doing? And how long are we doing it for? And is it really working? The value wasn't there, right? And so, I know that she did uh try to, balance. My dad worked a lot, and she was running us to swim practice, dance practice, track practice, volleyball, soccer. Good Lord, we did it all. Dance practice, I say that, church choir, Bible study. Like when I tell you we was busy, we were busy. And it's like when you're that busy, what can you actually do for somebody else? What, or for yourself? When you're that busy, can you even have a real relationship with yourself? It, you know, it was hard. It was very difficult. And so it was difficult to watch. I was very empathetic and sympathetic to my mom, because I was just thinking, wow, did I even want to be a mother? Because I didn't want to lose myself. I never wanted to lose those pieces of myself that I thought were extremely valuable and important. So I have had criticism over the years, not from my mom per se, but I would hear her say sometimes, like, "Well, the kids need you." And I'm like, "Oh, yes. Yes, they do. And so do I need myself. And if I'm about to lose my mind, who is benefiting? I need a moment. I need a moment. I need a moment to take care of myself so that I am not a shell of a person, right? Just like my example with the Netflix series, The Four Seasons, I don't want to be known by my children as a shell of a person. Yes, I'm a mother, and I'm damn good at it. I love it here. I'm exceptionally good at it. I will mother your kids if they come in here acting up or not. I'm going to love on them. I'm gonna get them right. What's a community? It's a village out here. I'm an auntie, okay? I'm a mama. You finna get mothered. You finna get loved on. However, I can only be that way and that warm and that soft and that loving because I'm not resentful to the fact that I have not yet cared for myself. So I Four Seasons it, right? I'm about to go to the Four Seasons. I'm about to go to the crustacean. I'm about to go to the resort. I'm about to do the things that make me feel served because I serve. It doesn't always have to be expensive. And don't get me wrong, this is not a space for that. Yes, we are luxury ladies, okay, that handle ourselves with care. But there is a standard here. There is a standard. And if you are like me and you give and you pour good oil, rich oil, I'm talking essential, you feel me? And you are just not stingy either. You're like, all right, go ahead, pour it up. Let me just make sure everybody is saturated. What if the quality of the oil that people are giving back to you does not match the quality in which you gave? You still gonna be resentful. You still gonna be sour. You still gonna be bothered. So make sure you reciprocate the energy that you give to yourself. It is not selfish. It is necessary to self-care and self-love. Even though we're mothers, even though we're wives. No one taught me how to manage myself while also managing other people around me that are pulling from me. I was laughing as I was taking all these notes and I was doing some research. And it's so funny because I said, I am learning and adjusting, right? How to manage people and my kids and myself. Like, I have to remember me. And I cracked up because I'm thinking, when did I get to be this way? When did I decide to put on this coat of self-care and advocate strongly in that? When did I grow into this woman to be able to recognize the depletion in my peers and try to aid in pouring that good, rich, essential oil on them so that they feel loved, so that they feel valued, so that they feel cared for? And I couldn't remember, but I know it dates back because I've always been that girl. And what I'm thankful for now is a platform to share with all of you how to become better versions of ourselves through advocating for ourselves, right? And taking care of ourselves and each other. That is the goal. That is the space here. And I'm so thankful that we are not closing the door on ourselves, that we have not turned the corner and said, I give up. My kids are fine, so I'm fine. Oh, my kids, my kids, my kids, my kids, my kids. I'm going to tell you right now, that is not the language here, okay? It is myself and my kids. When you greet me, don't say, hey, how are the kids? I'm sorry, back that thing up. The who? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, their mother. Whew. I'm fine, and thank you for asking. My kids are going to be great because I am making sure that they're great. I have made sure that they are wonderful, they're well. I have made sure that they're not sick and tired and hurting and in pain. I have had those experiences. My kids are sheltered. Ask about me. When I see you on the street, ma'am, sis, friend, cousin, love, whoever, how are you? Mother, how are you? What's going on internally in you? And not that you have to share it, but the honest answer of, you know what? Let me get you some tea. We don't have to talk. Well, you can just read your phone, scroll up to the end. I don't know. Just do you. Care for you because you are important. You matter. Self-care is not an option. It's a necessity. It's not an option. If you want to have valuable relationships with your children, with your family, with your friends, self-care is not an option. It is a necessity. And when you care for you, you become a better version of yourself for your kids, for your home, and most importantly, for you. Here's the thing. I love you. I care about you. And I want to see you thrive, not just survive. This is a safe space where we can come and be completely honest. My name is April Marie. And thank you so much for coming and gathering with me at Handle Her With Care, the podcast, where we can be gracefully unfiltered. We can tell the truth. I will see you again soon. Love you. Bye.